Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is Into the Weekend with Bet DSI, the call we do every Thursday with Brent, the headlines manager from DSI Sportsbook, where he gives us a glimpse into the betting action he's taken over the past week, the sharp action, the public sharp splits, and which games are going to be big decisions for him. Right now it is December 20th, so we are looking ahead to NFL Week 16 and a slate of bowl games coming up. Brent, thanks for being with us once again.
It's good to be on, Peter.
Absolutely. All right, so let's start with the bowls. Bunch of bowls between Friday the 21st and Thursday the 27th. Let's take that group of bowls. Is there any notable action that you've seen on any of those bowls that you can share with us, sides or totals?
Yeah, actually, we got quite a bit to talk about here, Peter. Starting with Friday the 21st, you're going to have to help me with this while laughing. The Beef O'Brady's Bowl, I think they're calling this thing. Ball State and Central Florida. We've got a count in favor of Ball State, and we actually have some sharps on Ball State taking +8. The line's down to 7 right now, but we do have sharp action on Ball State there, and we have actually a good sharp public split there on the total. Public, of course, is going way over the number. We're at 62 right now. They keep betting over that, but we're still at 62 because the sharp action we did take was under 63, so that's something to look out for.
Yep, I took the under myself when that one opened, but I only got 61.5. It's up to 63 now.
See, I'm losing credibility when I say I got sharp money on the under, and then you played the same way.
No, I mean, if you bet the same side as the sharps, but you get a crappy number, is that sharp? I don't know. It's the great conundrum of sports betting. Yes.
Yeah, that's the old debate. Is some guy once said around here that he'd rather lose with a good number than win with a bad one, and I'm on the opposite side there. I'd rather just win no matter what the cost.
Anyway, the sharps are on the under there, right? 62 or 63.
That's correct.
Okay.
663 is where the sharps went. We're at 62 right now, and the public is still betting the over 62.
Okay. And the sharps are also they also took Ball State.
They took Ball State when the price was 8. Haven't seen sharp money since then. The count slightly favors Ball State right now. Not a whole lot of money involved in that, but there was sharp action +8 that I figured I should mention.
And any other bowls that caught your eye?
Yeah, moving on to Saturday, actually, the New Orleans Bowl, East Carolina and Lafayette. I've got sharp money on East Carolina +6,
really?
And we also have sharp money on the total over 64.
Yes.
Now, the side now is down to 5 on Lafayette, and the total's up to 65.5 because of those bets.
Yep, I took the over in that one as well, so that's looking good for me. All right, next bowls.
Washington, Boise State, absolutely nothing that's going on there.
Really?
If you skip along to the 26th, are we going that far down?
Yep.
Okay, 26, I definitely have sharp money on Central Michigan. Now, that money came in +6 and +7. We're down to 5.5 at Central Michigan versus Western Kentucky. And we also have sharp money on the under 60. Total there is 58 right now. The public is on Western Kentucky small. The count actually favors Western Kentucky, but the money definitely favors Central Michigan because we have sharp money who, of course, bet more. Again, it was +7 and then +6 that they took Central Michigan. And the Belk Bowl on the 27th, that has Cincinnati versus Duke. We've got a decent sharp public split there, and that the public are backing Cincinnati. The line is Cincinnati -7, -15 right now. Sharps came in, took Duke +8.
That's not so great. I was kind of leaning Cincinnati and Western Kentucky myself, but I didn't bet it. Now I'm definitely not going to. All right, is that about it for bowls?
That pretty much covers the bowls, yeah.
Okay, those are the bowls through the 27th. Of course, every show we'll do the next round of bowls coming up that weekend. Then moving on to the NFL, I got to think Houston, Minnesota, I got to think that Houston is just going to be an overwhelming public teaser side.
Yeah, I've got basically nothing on Minnesota so far. The teasers that they're doing with Houston, of course, taking Houston down to -1, -1.5. The count is about 2-1 in favor of Houston, and the money's about 3-1 in favor of Houston. Unfortunately, I did get some not really sharp money, but some money that we expect on Houston, -7, -15, and also -7.5. So that's not looking too good for us right now in terms of the public teasing the heck out of Houston, and some of the sharps on Houston -7 and 7.5. And absolutely, like I said, absolutely nothing back on Minnesota so far. We're sitting Houston -8 right now.
Right. So suffice to say, if Minnesota were to win the game outright, that would be awesome for you. But if they don't, you probably get hurt, but not super burned, assuming that.
No, it'd be good for us if Minnesota wins outright for sure.
All right, and then Indianapolis at Kansas City. I have to assume Indianapolis is a huge public side.
Yeah, and again, the sharps aren't too involved in this game at all so far, so we're just kind of riding out, seeing what it's going to take to get money back on Kansas City, or maybe they're not interested at all. I mean, Kansas City's just not a very good team. They're 2-12 on the year. They've won one game at home. The count from the number of bets we've taken, it's about 6-1 in favor of Indianapolis right now, and the money's about 7-1. So it's all one-sided there.
Right, right. I mean, I knew that Indy would be a big side. I was just kind of wondering if the Sharps were going to bite on KC, but you're telling me no way.
No, not at all, not yet. Everything we've had has been all public money, and of course the public money's been all Indianapolis. I don't have sharps on either side of that game.
All right. And then the rest of the card is very interesting. You got a bunch of teams coming off of either shutouts or being shut out, and then you got a bunch of games with huge double-digit favorites like, the Pats and Denver and Green Bay, all those games. So some interesting games on the card here. I'm wondering, I'm assuming maybe the volume's a little bit down because it's a little bit hard to get a handle on some of these games. From the rest of the NFL card, are there any notable sharp sides that you've seen so far?
Well, the Saturday game is a good one with Atlanta Falcons at Detroit. Again, Atlanta maybe doesn't really have much to play for, and they're a 3.5-point favorite right now at Detroit. We do have sharp money on Detroit +4. The count is a lot of public money, about 5-1 in favor of Atlanta. We still actually have more money on Atlanta as well, despite the sharps being on Detroit. But some sharp money +3.5 where we are right now, and some really strong sharp money on Detroit where it was +4.
Wow. Okay. And then on the Sunday card, any notable sharp sides you've seen?
Sunday card, it's interesting because we talked about last week how people betting the Giants over just no matter what the price is, and they're kind of one of those teams that people want to get behind one way or another, whether they're betting on them or betting the over. This week they're betting the over. The public is, and I have sharp money on the under. The sharp money came in under 47.5, but because of all the public money, we're still sitting at 47. We haven't moved a whole lot because the public's still betting that one over. And on the side, the count is about 2-1 in favor of the Giants, and all the teasers and stuff like that is about 8-1 in terms of the money. Not a whole lot of sharp money involved on the side there, just a whole lot of public driving New York.
So even though the Giants are coming off of that horrible loss, the public is still backing them.
Yeah, and I guess, it might be that whole attitude that sometimes people say, well, they have to win, they have to win, they have to win. And you can only say that for so long. Right now you've got Washington, Dallas, and the Giants all at 8-6 in their division. So every game is, every game is a big game, and every game is one that they have to win, you could argue.
Right. All right. So we just touched on Indianapolis as a huge public side. Are there any other sides that are getting huge public action? I can't imagine that it's going to be one of those double-digit favorites, but probably it's all three.
Yeah, no, it's Denver who's getting a ton of public money there. They've won just, 9 in a row or something like that. And even, last week was one of those situations where you really thought, maybe this is the time where they're going to get beat. Baltimore's at home. They were catching more than a field goal. And, Baltimore just didn't show up. They didn't even come close. So we're going to need Cleveland to somehow get inside the number, maybe a letdown emotionally from Denver or something. I don't know. It's almost all public money driving this one. They 12.5 up to 13. Got a little bit of money back on Cleveland at 13.5, but nothing's particularly sharp. So that's all Denver is all one-sided there.
All right. And then are the sharps touching any of the underdogs in those huge games involving huge favorites?
Yeah, Tennessee. They came when it was 13. This is Tennessee at Green Bay. Right now we have Green Bay favored by 12.5. The count's about 5-1 in favor of Green Bay. Money's only about 2-1, but we do have sharp money on Tennessee plus the 13.
I knew it. I took Tennessee myself, and the preview game that we did, I forgot who we previewed it with, but he liked Green Bay, so that made me a little bit nervous. But now I'm confident again. I like Tennessee as well. All right, and then
now I'm nervous that I know you're on the side we need.
No, you should be happy because you're on the side that I want. What are you talking about? You're nervous. You're not nervous. You're happy.
We're on the same side as Loshak. I'm not sure about that.
Yes, no, that's a good thing.
It's
same
a good
side
thing.
as Loshak is a good thing, Brent.
Week 16, we've just figured this out.
Jesus. All right. Okay, any other notable sharp public splits in the NFL this week?
In terms of splits, not so much, but I do have a sharp money on the total. This is the St. Louis-Tampa Bay game. They're going under 44.5. The total is 44 right now. Just some really, really sharp money. Same guys who we talked about last week who did quite well. They're under on that game. The same guys, again, who are under on the Giants-Baltimore game. That's the split. We've got public going over, sharps going under. We do have sharp money going actually over on the Chicago Bears at Arizona game. Arizona just looks awful, but somehow, every now and then they win the game like they did last week. And we've got sharp money going over 36 there. The public is all over the under 37. Right now we're sitting at 36.5.
All right, so no public sharp splits on the sides? There must be one.
Last one we have, Peter, is kind of one of those ugly games that people might not want to get involved in, might not even want to watch, but that's the Sunday night game, San Diego at the New York Jets. San Diego has just been terrible this year. Jets have been terrible this year. But for some reason, the public is still backing San Diego, even though they're on the road, and I've got sharp money on the Jets. Now, the sharp money came in when the Jets were -1.5. They're -2.5 right now. Our count is 3-1 in favor of San Diego, but we have about twice as much money on the Jets because it's all sharp money.
Wow, so you're actually going to be needing the side that the public needs.
No, but probably by the time we kick off, we're going to be okay. We'll probably be pretty balanced on that game. Again, a lot of sharp money coming in on San Diego, and a lot of public money coming in on San Diego. So sharps have probably struck while they could. The number was 1.5. I don't see them with a 2.5 right now. I don't see them coming in anymore. Maybe we'll get some public money buying San Diego to +3, something like that. But I think by game time we should be all right on that one.
Really? So the sharps are on the Jets. Yeah, I'll tell you, I previewed this game with our handicapper, and when I was researching the game, I liked the Jets, but this guy has had a perfect read on San Diego each of the past 2 weeks. He picked them over Pittsburgh, and then he picked them to lose against Carolina, and this week he says he likes San Diego, so that made me a little bit nervous. Now you're telling me the sharps are on the Jets, so I don't know what to think.
Yeah, the sharps are on the Jets, and I mean, both teams are a bit of a mess, Peter. It's kind of one of those games you don't really want to get too heavily invested in, perhaps, but a win's a win. And San Diego, I mean, on the road, I wouldn't want to touch them, put it that way.
Right. Screw it. I'm going to bet the Jets now after this call. All right, thanks so much once again, Brent, for all this great information, and we will talk to you again next week.